In an era where the sea was ruled by ruthless men, where black flags heralded death and fortune, two names rose above the waves with a fury that defied the rules of fate, and Bonnie and Mary Red, the most feared pirates of the Caribbean. From the moment Bonnie came into the world, fire ran through her veins. Born in Ireland around 1697, she was no ordinary child. Her father, William Cormac, a prominent lawyer, tried to hide her existence by dressing her as a boy to avoid the scandal of his extramarital affair with his maid, Mary Brennan. However, when the deception was discovered, the family had to leave Ireland and settle in the Carolinas. There, Anne grew up with a fierce personality and an indomitable spirit. It is said that as a young girl, in a fit of rage, she stabbed a maid simply because she irritated her. The marriage imposed by her father to a low-ranking man, James Bonny, further fueled her disdain for social norms. Soon, Anne decided to leave him and seek a life at sea, finding refuge in piracy. Mary Red, on the other hand, had an equally remarkable story. Born in England around 1685, her mother disguised her as a boy after the death of her older brother, ensuring that she could inherit her grandmother's pension. Raised as a man, Mary learned to fight, to survive, and to blend into a world dominated by steel and gunpowder. Her life led her to enlist in the army, where she was said to have fought valiantly in Flanders and distinguished herself in battle. In a twist of fate, she fell in love with a fellow soldier and revealed her true identity to him. They married and opened an inn together, but peace did not last long. The premature death of her husband left her without support, and Mary once again dressed as a man, boarding a merchant ship. However, her fate changed when her ship was captured by pirates, and instead of resisting, she joined them. Fate brought them together aboard the ship of the feared pirate Calico Jack Rackham, where both women found their true nature. They were not merely women disguised as men, nor were they ladies playing at war. They were pirates. And soon, the Caribbean would know their names. With a fury that put any crew to the test, Anne and Mary were not mere companions. They wielded swords and pistols with the same brutality as any man aboard. It is said that in combat, they were unstoppable, that their bravery even surpassed that of the most experienced sea wolves. They did not fight for love or glory, but for the right to be free in a world that wanted to chain them. Anne was known for her explosive temper, while Mary possessed a cunning that made her lethal in battle. Together, they sowed terror across the seas, attacking merchant ships, plundering, and leaving their mark of fire and steel. Their travels took them across the Caribbean, from the Bahamas to the shores of Jamaica, raiding English and Spanish ships. On one occasion, they boarded a Dutch merchant vessel with a cunning strategy. They disguised their ship as a harmless cargo vessel, only to reveal their true intent when they were too close for the enemy crew to escape. With swords in hand, Anne and Mary led the charge, taking the ship within minutes. It is said that their ferocity in battle caused some crew members to surrender before even fighting, fearing the two pirates more than any punishment from the crown. During their adventures, they crossed paths with other legendary pirates like Charles Vane and Edward Blackbeard Teach. Although they never joined their crews, their names were well known in piracy circles. In a hidden port in Nassau, it is said that Anne and Mary defeated a group of men who underestimated them, making it clear that they needed neither protection nor indulgence. The end came with the same violence with which they had lived. In 1720, Calico Jack's crew was captured by the British Navy, commanded by Captain Jonathan Barnett. While the men, drunk and unwilling to fight, fell one by one, and Bonnie and Mary Red stood with knives in hand, defending their right to freedom to the very end. It is said that at the trial, Anne reproached Jack Rackham for his cowardice with words that would go down in history. "If you had fought like a man, you would not have died like a dog." They were arrested and sentenced to hang. But the story does not end there. Both women played the only card they had left: they claimed to be pregnant. As a result, their executions were postponed. Mary Read died in prison of a fever in 1721, but the fate of Anne Bonny remains a mystery. Some say her father rescued her and took her back to South Carolina, where she lived out the rest of her days in relative peace. Others believe she escaped and continued her life in secrecy, becoming a legend of the sea. Did this story captivate you? Then imagine how many more tales like this are waiting to be discovered. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more epic stories of pirates, battles, and legends. The Caribbean still whispers the names of Anne Bonny and Mary Read, and here we will keep them alive. See you on the next voyage through the waves of history.